Hey, Stitchy sisters and Stitchy misters. This is Heidi, the Potty Mouth Stitcher, back for video number 2. I want to thank you so very, very much, first and foremost, for all the amazing comments, well wishes, everything. The support was overwhelming. I had no idea that more than 2 people would watch this, and let alone leave as many comments as they did. Y'all are wonderful. This is an excellent community. I've very, very thrilled, overwhelmed, absolutely overwhelmed. And thank you so much. So, for those of you returning, welcome back. Bless your heart. For those of you that this is the first video, well, welcome. I go by the Potty Mouth Stitcher because it's a fair warning. My mouth goes quicker than my brain, and safe bet something's going to slip out at some point. So I made it through the first video without any slip up, so the odds are ever in someone else's favor that this is probably going to go downhill. So you've been warned, but thanks for tuning in. Shouldn't be a super long video this time. I basically worked virtually every day that I had off. That doesn't make sense. Worked every day off from the last video, I guess. I've only had a few days off. So, but I did get a couple starts in. So stay tuned. You'll find out which 2 won all the voting. Got several comments, several votes. And then, of course, some of it had to do with what floss I actually had available. So, you know, the reality. So anyways, so we'll have some progress, a little bit of, I'll show you the new ones that I started, go over plans. I have a little bit of haul, nothing major, but coming up next week, I'm heading home to Ohio for my sister trip. Me and my sister go back home for a week and hang out with Mom and do crafty things and try not to get into too much trouble. But this time, I plan on hitting a couple new stores that I've never hit before, so I'm thinking the next video, the haul is going to be fairly epic. Because God bless my husband, he said, go ahead and buy whatever you want, honey. I should have got that on tape. But speaking of my husband, his name is Rusty. He is the best guy in the world. I'm very lucky to have found him. I guess that's why God made me wait so long to find him. I don't know. I've only been married for a few years. Known him for upwards of 9 or 10 now, which doesn't seem like that long. Goodness. So when I married him, I got 2 super awesome bonus kids. A senior at Virginia Tech and a senior in a high school. So she's about to head off to college too. And they're wonderful kids. I can't ask for more. But Rusty, I tell you, this is video proof. This is credit. He's the one that started this, really. He didn't know that he started it. And in fact, after I did the first video, I taped it Wednesday of last week. Yeah. And I thought, I'm not going to tell anybody. We're going to see if anybody watches this. And I'm certainly not going to tell Rusty until, say, maybe I have 100 subscribers, right? I'm like, that's going to take weeks to get that, if not months. You know, you Google anything on about YouTube and you're like, oh gosh, this could take forever. I don't know, whatever. So I'm like, when I get 100, I'll tell Rusty. Excuse me. So it was Friday night. I posted Wednesday, and Friday night I was just about to go to bed because I still had to work the next day, and I opened up the little YouTube studio thingy, and I saw that I had 94 subscribers, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know. And he looks over at me, he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, well, I guess I need to tell him. I remember a few weeks ago he came in, because, you know, I stay in my Stitchy room at night sometimes, and I'll watch FlossTube so he can watch whatever he wants to watch on the other TV. And he came in to kiss me goodnight, and he's like looking at the FlossTube that I'm watching. I don't remember who it was. And he goes, so what's that? I'm like, well, so I tried to explain FlossTube to him in 30 seconds or less. And he's like, huh, Well, I think you could do that. So, off he went. You know, he didn't. That's as profound as it was, but it got the wheels a turning. And I thought, well, you know, maybe he's right. So here we go. Like I said, video proof. My husband was right. Rusty, you were right. And look what happened. Here's number 2. What the heck, right? So God bless Rusty. Someone's trying to make an entrance. It was Lucy earlier. One of the cats may show up. We'll see. It's raining outside, so they're stuck inside and not happy about it. Life. Anyways, so moving right along. Progress. The only thing I got to work on besides the 2 starts were, I do a lot of Mill Hill kits, believe it or not. I guess in the first video I really didn't talk about that much. I do like the little ornaments and even some of the 6x6 ones. They're all gorgeous. Who doesn't like the, like I said, zoomies are starting. Who doesn't like the bling? I love the beading. It's great. So I do some of those. I'll show you that. This is, I was trying to do some springy stuff. And I have a bunch of finished ones. This one is of the springtime. Not too much of a glare here. Springtime series, I guess is the right word. It's the pink one. And there. Not so much glare. Well, kind of, sort of. You know, when I was doing just the regular ornaments and whatnot, which are all, well, mostly stitching with beading as accents, I thought, I really love the beading. But these little springtime jobbies are all beading. And it made me reevaluate if I really like beading or not, because OMG, that's a whole lot of beads. Anyways, here's a finished one. It's the aqua flower. I mean, they're beautiful. And made the little hanger for it. I figured, again, shh, don't tell. I usually work on these when I'm at work. In the afternoons, I work 12-hour shifts. Sometimes after 4 o'clock, it's kind of, don't want to say the Q word. But I'll just pull one of these out and then, you know, if I get a string of beads or whatever on it, I consider it a win. So I have a little desk there where I have a shared office. I thought, you know, I'd really like to just get a branch, because I'm this weird branch, kind of stick it in the hole where your cords go through for your computer, and you can actually hang these from them and change them around for the season. My little office mates, this one isn't quite finished, as you can tell. My little office mates know just how weird I am. They smile and nod and say that, oh, that's a great idea, Heidi. Who knows what they really think? Probably that they're glad that they don't have to look at my desk. But anyways, I thought that would be cute. Kind of reminiscent of Easter egg trees. Did anyone ever do those back in the day? I remember it was like the coolest thing ever. It was the time to go out and clipped a big branch off the old lilac bush and, and stuck it in a bucket of stones and put Easter grass on top, and then we hung all of our Easter eggs. And I see a lot of people doing all their trees outside with the plastic Easter eggs, but I don't know what started this. I guess I need to ask my mom, but Aunt Angie always made the most beautiful Easter egg ornaments. She actually would take an egg and blow all the stuff out, and it was all dyed and prettied up with ribbons and little flowers, and sometimes she'd cut a hole in it and put little Easter egg or Easter grass in there, and there'd be a little chick in the little hole. I mean, it's just, they're gorgeous. I thought I had some around here. I tried looking for them, but I'll have to keep digging. I know I've got some. If not, there's definitely some back home. I'll have to bring a few back and show you on the next video, because they're just gorgeous. And the amount of time and effort that went into those has to be, I mean, God bless her. I don't think I'd have the patience for that. Aunt Angie, though, she also made a lot of Barbie clothes for us. I still have all of those. Every set, all of her nieces got this little set of Barbie clothes. I'm talking a wedding dress and evening gowns and little suit sets and whatnot. There was probably 12 different outfits for each one of us. How many were there? Golly. a lot that were younger that would appreciate it. I have some older cousins that are probably beyond Barbies by the time she started making these, but but the rest of us sure enjoyed the heck out of them. They were pretty stylish for the early '80s. Anyways, God bless Aunt Angie. Anyways, that's what I was going to do with these little ornaments someday. Maybe, or maybe I'll just hang them underneath the cabinet and call it a day, and probably won't get as many weird looks from all my coworkers, but like I said, they tolerate me. They're awesome. Like I said, I have others. I did the little purple one. There's the purple. I have a lot of the spooky ones. Look at this guy. You gonna focus? Maybe get in front of my face. There we go. This little feller. So they all have some sort of bead on them, of course. I love, they have all kinds of little Santas. Look at him with the little beard and mustache. Isn't that adorable? Ta-da! Very cute. So again, these have a little bit more just regular stitching in them, and then the beading as the accents. What else do we have? A little trick or treat. Mummy. A dog. What's not to love there? Again, they have all these little Santa series. I think this is one of the Appalachian, the Blue Ridge Santa maybe, probably because I'm in the Blue Ridge. That's what I went for. So cute. I like the little raccoon. And oh yeah, isn't that gorgeous? Look at that guy and the little cat. That was fun. Look at the, it's actually, I don't know, the paper really kind of makes it with some of these. Anyways, those are the ones I have done so far. I do have a couple of the 6x6. I think I had one of the Christmas Village houses done, and one other. I don't remember. I'll have to pull it out at some point. They're buried somewhere again. So that's the Mill Hill progress so far. I did get a little bit more done on Summer by the Sea, Jeanette Douglas. Here's what this one's going to look like, or that corner of it. There's a little less glare. A lot of people said you had this one in your stash. I got a lot of comments about the Seasons by the Sea. A lot of people saying the same thing. They were intimidated by all these specialty stitches and whatnot. So again, I say go for it. It really has been a lot of fun to do. I found one little part where the directions were kind of messed up, but I mean, logic will dictate exactly what you need to do. It wasn't hard to go, oh, this was just kind of printed a little silly. Just the diagram, but whatever. So this is what I've got done. Here we go. Basically, I think the last time you saw it, it was just the border and then the flowers at the top. So now I have these three little border parts, some coral or seaweed or whatever that might be, the lobster and some stitching. This was all done, again, I bought the floss pack for this, for all four of them. So the called for silks and whatnot. There's a couple over dyed cottons in there, but I don't know that I've actually used them yet. Maybe one. And the, oh, it's maritime. It's 36 count maritime. And I'm doing 1/2. You can see all that fun stuff. Looking forward to, again, there's some beads that go on this, and each one of the four seasons has a little charm that comes with the floss pack all together. God bless Jeanette. She's got some cool stuff. So yeah, all of you that have that in your stash, go on out there, get you some. Get it going, because it really isn't as bad as you think. I have enjoyed it quite a bit. So, on to the new starts. The overwhelming favorite to start, both voted for on comments here and Instagram, was Let Freedom Ring. Let's this little guy right here by Lila's Studio. I say little guy lightly because, well, I guess actually the whole size of the design isn't bad. I think it's 16 across, because that's where it got interesting. Last time I showed you the really cool fabric that I had seen on Instagram. A lady named Shelly had used it. I got it from Fabric Flare Script by Fabric Flare. And when I finally pulled it out to get this thing started, they had cut just a regular, I don't know, it was like long and skinny. So when you look at it, I'll just go ahead and show you. This is the tiny little start. I just started this one yesterday. So just got the little corner done. But as you can see, here was my dilemma. This was the side. So here's the beginning, you know, the very top. If I wanted it to go like this and the script run like that, which I thought would be really kind of silly, then the fabric was more than big enough. But since I wanted it to go like this, well, let me just tell you, it's like 15 3/4 to size design for 40 count, and the entire width of this piece was just around 17 3/4, kind of 18. So needless to say, this is the very edge of the fabric. I got plenty going this way. I got plenty. But this one, not so much. So, just going to have to play it by ear, and maybe we'll get lucky. I'd seen, I believe it's, good golly, poor dog has a problem. If you can hear him coughing in the background, I apologize. Poor bear has had a rough couple months. Anyways, I think it's the Nightly Stitcher, where she has, she like sews a piece of fabric on here so it's easier to put on the Q-snap. When I go home next week, one of the projects I'm hoping to work on is a sewing project, so maybe I'll get all fancy then and stick it on there to make it a little bit easier as I go down the side here, because this one, yeah, was I'd say about a 2 out of 5 cussy faces. Is that what you call them? Emoji? Yeah, I was swearing a little bit. As politely as I could. It's going to be pretty. This is, again, it's a 40 count, so I'm doing 1 floss over 2 threads. Or 2 fabric threads, rather. So, go a lot quicker if you can get it in the hair better. I need to learn how to stitch in hand. Uh-oh, here comes the bear dog. Hi, Bear. Hi, Bobby. Bear wants to say hi. If he were 5 years younger, he'd hop up here and show off his handsome face, but he's 10 years of loving right there. 150-pound dog. Surprised you can't see him. He's probably going to hit the table here and move everything around. Please stand by. So anyways, we'll see if I end up adding some fabric to it to make it easier to keep in the Q-snap or not. We'll see how inspired I get. Why don't you lay down, sweetheart? Yeah, you gonna lay down? And, oof, what's next? So that was Freedom. Let Freedom Ring. The other one, there's actually 2 or 3 that all got a lot of votes, and that would be the Plum Street with the bees. Why can't I think of it right off? Gathering Honey. That's what it is. Ta-da! I have all but one of those flosses, so that was, and again, this is going to be on the really cool honeycomb fabric. I think she's next. It was that one, and anything patriotic was kind of the generic term, since I had a couple others that had flags in them. So I was like, all right. Again, what I ended up doing was I pulled about 4 or 5 of them out that kept getting the most comments, And I went with, what floss do I have available? What can I kit up and start immediately? And even with the Let Freedom ring, I have about 6 or 7 DMC I don't have, and about 2 or 3 of the overdyeds. So they're on my list to pick up when I hit my shops here next week. So I'll be ready to go. I just got lucky that the stuff there at the top corner was stuff I already had. So sometimes you get lucky, right? Rather be lucky than good. Well, my other start was this little guy, Nevermore, by, who is this? Tiny Modernist. A lot of people said they hadn't seen this one before. I know I haven't seen it anywhere else, but it is adorable. So I'm doing it on the called for fabric, which is Stormy Gray by Fabric Flair. And it has 3 whole colors. So I had those. Hot diggity dog. Yep. Blanc 453 and 310. That's my kind of stitch right there. Look at this little fella. Oh my goodness. That's a little tombstone I haven't finished yet that says Lenore on it, with a little skull at the top. How stinking cute. This thing is going to be adorable. And it's so easy. Literally, I got this done in, I don't know, 2-3 hours worth of stitching maybe. But it looks awesome on that fabric. Absolutely. Same thing, 40 count, so I'm doing 1 strand of floss over 2 fabric threads. And it's been a lot of fun so far. Go out and find that pattern, kids. All those Halloween people out there like myself that love the Halloween stitches, this is a really cute one. Love it. So those are the 2 winners of the new starts. Hot diggity dog. They were a lot of fun. Like I said, Gathering Honey is probably going to be next. I still have a couple more days off before I go back to work, so I might get that one started yet this weekend. We'll see. I did come up with a new Stitchy process. Kind of touched on it in the first video when I was asking y'all, you know, how do you do whatever to keep motivated, whether it was whip go or drawing sticks, whatever. And that whole stick thing really kind of just kept sticking with me, pun intended. Actually, not really. It just fell out of my mouth. But anyways, so I went with, you know, all of us have random crafty stuff everywhere. So I had plenty of these little craft sticks, tongue depressors, popsicle sticks, whatever you want to call them. So I made them up with, you know, the names of the projects that I'm working on. I won't go through all of these, but there's that. And then I just made up some, and you know, they're different colors, and I kind of colored the end. You can see that. Just used a highlighter. Let's not get too fancy here. I'm not that fancy. And then I made other ones that were like, okay, so this would be the goal. So there's the project, and then the goal, right? I only made up 5 of those. So I figured, kind of like Whip Go, I would pick a project, pick a goal, write it on a sheet, and say, okay, this is whatever. And a lot of times, because again, I'm weird, and I will write something out, and then if it's 1,000 stitches, I'll make 10 little empty boxes underneath. So as I'm doing the work, and I cross off one of those 10 by 10 squares, which is 100 stitches, I will cross off one of those empty boxes on my goal sheet. Pardon me. And there you go. Once my project, or once the goal is completed, then you pick another project, you pick another goal. And I guess, again, I've not tried it yet. It's intriguing to me that in theory, you just won't get tired of working on the same project forever, and it forces you to, all your projects get a little love, you know, and hopefully keep going. The Whip Go thing, again, I'm still debating if I'm going to keep going with that. I love the concept because it's basically the same. So maybe I'll still do the Whip Go board or just tone it down to 1, because, you know, I had to be the idiot and do 3. What was I thinking? I don't know. I'm special. So, and then, you know, once you do the whip go, then switch over to this for the rest of the month, just to try to, you know, again, keep everything moving forward with progress. So I just need to find some cute little thing to put these in. I don't know, basket with two little, I don't know, something. Y'all have any ideas? Let me know. Give me a comment. Send me a picture on the old Instagram. Or, I don't know. Give me something. Again, I am looking for inspiration. Again, that's the way it is. I hear something, I think it's a good idea, and I'm like, I'm going to have to just, I should do it. I should do it. Like Rusty. Oh, you should do that. Here I am. Anyways, that's it for the Stitchy process. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes and seeing what else I forgot. Oh, it's one of a whip going. I did another thing. 23, I think it was on one of the Facebook pages. I don't know if it's its own page or if it was just under the cross stitch challenge. I don't know if it was an extreme cross stitch challenge or what have you, but it was like 23 starts and finishes in 2023. So, of course, it's just out of reach. Hang on. See if I can find it in here. I see everybody's planners. So here's another question for you. Other than the Book of Days, does anyone have a specific planner that they just would highly recommend to any other Stitchy person? Did you see him? There was Bear. Hi, Bear. How you doing, handsome? Poor Bear just had surgery a few weeks ago. He's doing just fine. You gonna sit on the pillow? He's a big old boy, like I said. Yes, you are. You're sweet. Planners. So other than the Book of Days, what would you recommend? I bought one. I won't bother saying which one it was right off. It's nothing against the person or people that put it together. I just don't think it really works for me. So again, just looking for options. If anybody has anything, let me know. I think it was Black Needle Society, if I'm saying that correctly. Bear. Now he's going to dig the hell out of my leg. Anyways, they had one I'd seen a couple of years ago, but I think it was fairly exclusive at that time and had already sold out. And then I had bought this one by the time I saw that one again for this year. So I'm like, have this one. I'll make it work for now. So I did really like the look of that one. So by all means, maybe I'll do that. But if anybody has any other ideas or recommendations, I'd love to hear them. Again, this one isn't pretty because I didn't finish it up. But it's the 23 and 23. Trying to keep track of starts and stops. And like I said, I got the Nevermore start in there. I didn't add the Freedom one. So I just started that one yesterday. So on that, I'm making great progress because these little mill hill things go pretty quick. So they're easy starts and finishes. Is that cheating? Oh well. Do what you gotta do, right? All right. Plans. Moving on. Like I said, I have a road trip coming up. Originally from a little town in northern Ohio called Bloomville, near Tiffin or Findlay. About an hour straight north of Columbus. Anyone that's familiar with the Ohio area. And I figured I was going to take a slightly different route home. I have heard good things about the Village Sampler store in St. Albans, West Virginia, so I figured I'd stop there first and try not to do too much damage. But like I said, for some of the upcoming starts I have, I need to get some floss and maybe some fabric for a couple others that I have, or I just happened to see what they might have stashed in there. I'm sure I'll find a new project or two that I'll bring home. And then from there on up to Columbus to see Cross My Heart. And I mean, I've seen pictures. It looks pretty awesome. Looking forward to hitting both of those and see how much damage I can do. And there's also, again, I mentioned in the first video, the Craft Gallery in Findlay, Ohio, which is about 25 miles or so from my mom's house. If I have any money left, I'll go to Craft Gallery and spread the love there too. They have a huge amount of fabric there that's just to die for. So we'll see. Those are the plans. So like I said, the next video, probably going to be all kinds of haul. And I'll probably have to work some overtime, but that's all right. It'll be worth it. It'll be totally worth it. So again, this is my sister trip. My sister Holly and I are way too, we're little craft mavens. Look out. I had seen, what was it? I think Antique Needleworkers, you know, they were celebrating their 8,000 subscribers with a giveaway, and one of the big things they gave away was a custom piece by Tiger Lily Designs for her project keeper. And I was like, oh my goodness, look at that. I had never seen these beauties before. It was ridiculous. They're amazing. If you haven't already seen these things, run, don't walk over to Tiger Lily Designs and buy you some. I guess it's my understanding she releases some every month, and you pretty much first come, first serve. And she has a group you can get into. I don't know if it's a wait list now or not, but it looks like quarterly you can have one of these beauties sent to you that she does. I mean, they're stunning. But what you can do, which could be more than I know what to do, you can buy her pattern for these things as a PDF. And there you go, Tiger Lily Designs. Cross Stitch Project Keeper. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So it has a little extra pocket, plus the zipper part, and place for your DMC for the projects that we do in DMC versus whatever, or, you know, use it for however you want. So I thought, I will attempt to make one. How hard could it be? I've made quilts. Certainly I could put this together, right? Yeah, well, stay tuned to the next video. We'll see how this works out. But I figured I'll take my own sewing machine. I'll work on it. And then when the cussing gets a little too crazy, my mom will probably come save me. And we'll see if we can figure it out together. Or we'll just come up with some slight variation of that pattern and we'll make do. And I'll be happy with it. It'll be all right. So again, if I have anything to show in the next video, we'll do so. So that leads into my haul. Again, I got that PDF for the pattern, and it also has, once you buy the pattern, you get a link to the video that she has for putting it together. So I have not watched that yet, but I mean, she does have her own FlossTube. I'm sure y'all have seen it. If not, go subscribe and check it out. She does amazing things. And she makes everything look easy. God bless you. But the other thing on her site that I checked out and had to have, because I'd seen her use it in her FlossTube, was her project cards. If you've seen these or not, I'm not entirely certain if that's a glare or not. But I thought these are cute in a great little way. Oh, look at that. Cat hair. Imagine that. Cat hair on something here. Which reminds me, one of the comments I got was so cute, because she's like, oh, I too have cats, and all my projects I use the called for cat hair. Called for cat hair colors. That was adorable. I'm like, that's exactly right. I got a lot of 310 and 453. I got gray and black and white cats, right? So, and a black dog, kind of. That's not mine. But anyways, we still love them. Yeah. See? Oh, more coughing. Poor little thing. I know, Bubby. It's about to get gross and disgusting here. So anyways, I filled out some of these for my own stuff. And we will go from there. I don't know that I have to put all of the colors in there, so I thought I'd try it. Because I so rarely substitute stuff, because again, I leave colors for the professionals. I don't know what I'm doing with colors. I simply go with what's called for because it's easier, and I know that it's going to turn out beautiful. And Bear, you poor Bubby. I'm so sorry. So that's it for my haul. I got the cards and the PDF pattern. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in for the first one, and God bless you if you made it back to the second one. You can follow me on Instagram under Potty Mouth Stitcher, and if you're kind and wonderful like you were the last time, hit like and subscribe, and we will see you again hopefully in about another 10 days or so with all my awesome haul. I wish you all the best. Thank you.